Okay.
All right, Mayor Alex Long,
Present.
Vice Mayor Monica Chenault,
Present.
Angie Golden.
Here. Present.
So if she just drives and listens,
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's fine.
Mr. Town Manager, do we have a quorum?
and Nathaniel Alpers and Bob Giles, neither.
Thank you. For the record, Mr. Giles is at a graduation of his twin grandsons, and Mr. Alpers is doing something in Jamaica.
Work.
Work in Jamaica. Therefore, we do have a quorum.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you need to make a motion to accept it? Is that
That'll be one of.
Would you like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to accept Angela Golden's telephone call to be a valid attendance at tonight's town council meeting.
Motion made, discussion, seconded, the mayor will second the motion, discussion, hearing none, all in favor, how do you vote?
Yes.
Monica Chenault voted affirmative. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Golden voted yes, the mayor votes yes, the motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. And for the record, Ms. Golden will be here in about 25 minutes. Her telephone participation is only temporary. We shall still open up prayer, and so if you can participate in it or not.
Angie, did I stand up?
You're getting wild and wild now. Dear Heavenly Father, we offer up prayers of thanksgiving for this nation. As we approach Memorial Day, we give thanksgiving for all those who have given so much for our freedom. We pray, Heavenly Father, that you will give us wisdom, knowledge, and the ability to do the best we can for this little town. All in your name, amen. And the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. It is now 6:06. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the Port Royal Town Council. We are at Port Royal Town Hall on King Street. Today is May 22nd. It is 6:06 p.m. We have a quorum. The meeting of this town will end. I need to get my agenda. Mr. Town Manager, I love my focus.
Get you a book.
No. Sure. This town is very fortunate to have the participation and support of the George Washington Regional Commission. We're very fortunate to have Kate Gibson and Brianna here from GWRC to make a presentation. And with that, you both have the floor.
So I believe you all have in front of you a copy of this presentation. So that's what we'll be kind of going on. I spoke with Tim Smith earlier, along with Angela Nam of Friends of Ryan Hannock. Angela also represents or works with the Soil and Water Conservation Districts, the Tri-County City Soil and Water Conservation District, as well as the Hanover Caroline Soil and Water Conservation District, which issues the VCAP program, so the Virginia Conservation Assistance Program, which we'll talk about a little bit more. But this conversation is pretty much opening up the idea of different B2B opportunities. So best management practices that help with, is it me? I think I'm echoing back.
Oh, try it.
So B2B opportunities that help with flooding situations as well as capturing nutrients and sediment that come from those events. So as you can see on the front title page, we have a beautiful picture of the town of Port Royal, right next to the beautiful river of the Rappahannock. So any water that hits the town of Port Royal is gonna immediately go to the Rappahannock. So the area, the next page, the area that we're talking about is where we are, this nice little block. So in the bottom middle of the mapped area is the building that we're in, the school, the old schoolhouse, the public library now, the town hall. And the park area that remains open space for different events. To the right side of this is the fire hall. We'll have that page.
Did you get the sound out?
It looks like that one? No, I haven't. Oh, wait. My apologies.
Very good. All right, perfect. So this was made on Google Earth, so you can see the different areas that are kind of outlined in red are the idea areas that Tim, Angela, and I had kind of discussed as ideas. So we're going to start up at the top right, which is the little catchment area back behind the fire hall, where I believe the utilities department kind of falls into.
It's over by the well where the
I know.
storage tank. And I have talked with the Department of Public Utilities, and they seem to be okay with the idea if we want to pursue it.
Right. So if you go to the next slide sheet, fire retention is the idea for this area. It's already essentially a fire retention pond, but it's just gravel right there. So it's not really offering any other benefits other than the water can go there. So making it a bioretention area would be really small, would essentially help all the water in the area go there, but help go into the ground faster instead of just kind of pooling and trickling into the water, into the soil slower. And it would offer those habitat benefits as well for pollinators, and it would make it really pretty. Because right now it's just kind of a flat area and some gravel. So you might be asking, what are the costs for that? Based on Angela's estimate, she's been the one who's been administering a grant that GWRC currently has, which is a green infrastructure grant that we've paired with VCAP funding for other projects like this around the region. A different bioretention project, about 3 times the size of the one out here, scaled down to this, would be about $27,000. However, that's many variables included in that. And the VCAP program that Angela administers, the Soil and Water Conservation Districts, they offer 80% cost share on that. So they would make 80% of that up to $30,000. So that would mean that the town would just need to come up with an extra 20%, which George Washington Regional Commission, with the grant that we have some additional funds that could go towards that. So that would be even less money that the town would have to pay. And Friends of the Rappahannock also have another grant, which is a MIFWIP grant, that they could also put towards it. So it's a potential, not an absolute, but a potential that it could be a zero cost to the town, other than maintenance for 10 years.
And what would the maintenance be?
It would just be making sure that it doesn't have trash in it. making sure that if the plants die, that they just kind of get replaced. And that's pretty much it for those. And then the timeline of that would be spring or fall, just because of the plants. The next area that we'll talk about is actually right in front of the building. This one might be a little bit controversial. It would be replacing the boxwoods out there. They're a little bit patchy. It looks like you have ivy growing up underneath the base layer. Not the most pollinator friendly, and could use a facelift maybe if you want. So the picture is showing kind of what that could look like. There is a Virginia native plant guide that the town, volunteers, whoever would want to be involved could pick the plants that would go into a conservation landscape garden bed. And you could stack it to where taller plants are in the back, shorter in the front. And essentially the idea is that you just fill that space to where invasives don't come in and build in weeds and everything. And so you can choose plants that will bloom at different times. So it's not that they all bloom at the same time and they're all dead at the same time. But this also offers the benefits of the native plants have those deeper roots. So any water that comes in will have better infiltration into the soil, and the habitat benefits for all the pollinators as well as the aesthetic. So if we're looking at the scenario details of that one, the cost for conservation landscaping like this, rough estimate, again, many variables, depends on what plants you use. It depends on if you use volunteers to plant. Could be from $3,000 to $10,000. Again, VCAP offers 80% cost share, up to $7,000. And again, we have those other variable, those other grants that I had discussed earlier. And the timeline again is spring or fall, because you're planting plants, that's the best time to plant. You don't want to plant in the middle of the summer or the winter, because it's fine. Any questions so far?
An observation, a couple observations. The two biggest problems we have are right over here in this corner. When I say corner,
That's coming up. That's coming up. She's going to be addressing that next.
Number 3.
Rain garden.
okay. Okay. Go on.
Segue.
Yeah. Personally, I think that's number one. Number two is over here, there's a door that goes to the side of to the building. Yes. And my wife cooks dinner for the Gideons, and when it's right outside, sometimes there's ankle deep water over there. That would be number two. Over here at the pump house, the waterworks would be number 3.
Mm-hmm.
And with regard to number 1, it's a lot of water. And I don't know if y'all can dig down and backfill with some rock for a dry well.
That is another possibility.
That would be excellent. And when it's summer, it's an annoyance. In the winter time, if we have water there and it's frozen and fire trucks need to get out, or if it's ice there, that's a danger. And those are the observations.
Yeah, as we were walking around, Tim, Angela and I walked around everywhere. We were just kind of looking at what we could see. And I turned around and I was like, what about that spot?
And we've been in a drought for the last 4 months or so.
You can see what it looks like now. It's full.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Because it rained today.
Yep. The ground is so hard. It's just puddle.
Yeah. Well, so the idea when we were just walking around the rain garden, which there are many options, that it doesn't have to be this. These are options. So it could be a low-lying rain garden, so you're not blocking people's view when they're trying to motor vehicles or walk on the sidewalk or anything, since it is closer to the road. And the rain garden plants there could make it to where people are less inclined to drive over the space, because it looks like a lot of vehicles there's a lot of tire tracks, muddy area.
Okay.
So maybe if people are not driving over the space, it could help vegetate the area to where it wouldn't fix the issue just by not driving over it, but it would definitely help. So with the rain garden idea, that's also the $3,000 to $10,000 range. With the dry well, that is also a possibility. I just don't know the dollar figures for that. But the dry well would also be eligible under VCAP as like the 80% cost share, so that it would still be eligible for those funds.
Wonderful.
And yeah,
We still got one.
the big project. If you're parking out front of the town hall and you're not quite sure how to park, or it might be a little muddy, the idea came up that a permeable paver parking area would be very beneficial in the area. Aesthetically, for the rainfall coming in the area in general, but also as an educational tool. All of these would be great educational tools for homeowners, for school children, all around.
So this is supposed to be in front of the fire department?
This would be the parking area from in front of the town hall down to
The corner.
the museum. The museum, where everybody parks kind of where we're parking.
Yeah, I just don't see it in this picture.
Yes, that big,
It's the top one,
top one right there, that red.
that long.
But where's town hall? In this picture, it's not there.
Oh, it's like up in the,
Oh, it's up.
I cut it out. Okay, by accident.
Okay, it doesn't look normal, and I don't know what that 411 is on the doctor's office. Is that?
So if you look at the project area picture, the front page, the very first page, it's down here on the bottom.
Oh, so the 411 came from Google Earth,
Yeah, this is all Google Earth.
not
It's all Google Earth.
it's not a valid number.
But that's where that is located. It's right along the road. Understandably confusing. The numbers I will say that I'm about to give you for cost go to the sidewalk before the 411 labeled building, is what Angela had priced at.
$30 to $40 a square foot, that counts.
That's for
Clearing the land.
That would be taking up whatever is there. You dig down deep. It actually goes down pretty deep. But then when it's all done, it just looks like a patio. Or like what's on the picture. So there are different types of pavers. This is one example in this picture. You can do brick, you can do what looks like concrete. The price on the next slide, which is the $30 to $40 per square foot, is for the standard pavers. It could be cheaper if you use grid pavers, which is what we had talked about. Those are ones that have holes, and they're squares, but they have holes in them to where like grass can grow in between the pavers, or it's just sand in between the pavers.
How did you get this 1,548 square foot? That seems small.
I think Angela had measured it out Angela does the calculations for the square footage.
So it goes it's the width of from the sidewalk to the road. And then
to the museum, not to the edge of the road, but to the museum.
Okay.
You can also do to the edge of the road, but this price is just to
That was a little shy.
And so that would be roughly $50,000. So that is a much steeper cost. And VCAP is 80% up to $20,000. This is where the NIFWIF money from Friends of the Rappahannock would really come in, and the George Washington Regional Commission Green Infrastructure funds. But there's also other grants that can be applied for. This isn't something that would have to be done within, like, you have to decide to do this in 3 months or else we lose the money kind of deal. There's always grants going around for green infrastructure. So those are ones that we could look forward to, saying that, okay, we know that this grant is coming up again next year. Let's start planning ahead for it. How much money do we need? How much match? What grants can we use in that regard?
And so does this amount also count the fire department?
No, the fire department,
With this one, this here in this picture?
the fire department is separate. So that would be a smaller area. And that was added in. Angela was not calculating that because I looked at that separate from her because it brought to my attention that Allison mentioned the front door of the fire hall, correct? I wasn't entirely sure what part of it was flooding. I wasn't sure if it was like right up against the door or if it was the driveway. Looking on Google Earth, it looked like the road slopes down.
We can recess and walk over there and look at it.
Okay. It looked like it sits in the driveway, like in the parking area.
It's, there's a door that is closest to King Street, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a little bit of asphalt that gently rises to the threshold of the door.
Okay.
And over on the other side, it's grass, dirt, and that's the area that they have a problem with. There's water that collects there.
Okay.
And what's happening is that we have a large impervious surface with that parking deck area, and it all goes over to where that door is, pools, and it can get anywhere from 2 inches to 4 inches deep
Wow.
quickly. And then again, over here in this corner, say the corner, that it is really, and that's truly a health and safety to get the a dry well in there. And I've been told that others have tried to fix it, but if you go in there and do it correctly, and you might need to dig down 10 feet to do it correctly,
Yeah.
and then backfill with the rock, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the rest of it, as far as I'm concerned, if it's marginal, very little cost to the town, and the town gets it for free. Just me personally, I think that's great.
Awesome. But to answer your question, the permeable paver over there, since it is that impervious surface running off, that could help, depending on what that looks like. And Angela, if you look at the next slide, the VCAP eligible BMP options, these are all of the BMPs that are VCAP eligible for cost sharing. So just because we put ones as suggestions doesn't mean that these can't go in place or these can't go somewhere else. All of these are also available for homeowners on their private property. Just FYI. Homeowners can apply to VCAP and get 80% cost share for any of these.
Which is why we were talking about this. It would be a great educational tool that people could actually see what it looks like, and then it's kind of promoting the program as well, that the private homeowner could actually go for it.
And perhaps you could work with our librarian, and she's going to be here as much as you, and we give her something else to do, and we want that library to be more active, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
It'd be a nice little stop, because if you have 2 or 3 B&Bs, then people can, it's a really easy walkable area.
and the librarian could have material, brochures, what have you, explaining all this, one-stop shop.
Exactly.
And they might be able to get some volunteers for planting.
Yeah, absolutely. Volunteers definitely help with the cost.
Well, I'll just have to say, Kate and I worked together in King George, and if you go to Sedell Brooks Park on Route 205,
Mhm.
you can actually see what was done with what acre,
Yeah, it's
at
huge.
least an acre lot. We did a lot of these things to use as educational tools.
Okay, great.
So does the mayor wish to take a field trip?
Oh, well, recess for 5 minutes to look at the door of the fire department. We're in recess. It is 6:29. We're back in session. It is 6:38. The members of town council continue the meeting outside to look at an area for remediation to address flooding over at the fire department. And we are back, and we are joined by Angela Golden, and we welcome her to our meeting in person. What do we have next on the agenda? Are you present?
The only other thing is if you have any questions, my information is on the back of the book. Who does do that program for Hanover Parents. Feel free to reach out.
What is the timeline on this? When do we have to take action?
The program is, so we have a rolling program. They look at applications on a monthly basis. The geodiversity funds, those are basically first come, first served. So we're actively looking for projects. And I would say the sooner you're able to say you're interested, the better. But we would really like to prioritize a project at Port Royal, so we can work with you all on that. But if you need more time, there are other funding sources that are on a rolling basis or would be longer.
Very good. Would someone like to make a motion that expresses the fact that the town of Port Royal is very much pleased with the program, wants to participate, and will participate subject to the details presented to the town council?
I make the motion.
The motion is made by Angela Golden. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Monica Chenault. Discussion. Hearing none. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
The mayor votes yes. The motion carries unanimously. You have our thanks and an expression of strong interest in moving forward, subject to the details.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Thanks a
And we
lot.
very much appreciate your participation here tonight.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. Y'all have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. You too.
No laptop. Who's laptop?
Safe trip.
Your laptop.
Yeah. It's out.
Oh, but when she read, I was like, don't leave it in your lap.
Pardon me?
We were wondering who had the laptop.
Oh, yes.
We tried to give me a laptop.
We didn't want them to forget it if it was there.
Okay. Alrighty. Report, no, we have the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
I would like to add the Pirate Festival to the agenda, please.
As discussion or action item?
Action.
So we have 05-22.6.5 Pirate Festival. Okay. Let's see. What about the, okay, you have the 2024 draft.
Yeah, I apologize. We were talking earlier, it was the 24 audit that we currently have. The
Yeah.
25 is what you wanted to add.
Yes. So we'll add action item 05.22.6.6, engagement for 20255. And there's a little water around.
You want a war?
Please.
No, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, war.
Okay, are there any other additions, corrections to the agenda? Any others? Is there a motion to accept the amended agenda?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Motion made by Monica Chenault. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Seconded by Angela Golden. Discussion, hearing none. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Motion is adopted unanimously. Thank you. Let's see. We have no one in the public. Reports of members of council. Monica Chenault, do you have any report?
No, I do not at this
Ms.
time.
Golden?
I just want to say that we put out some, we got one quote back, we're waiting for another quote back about the Christmas tree lighting. If we get it, and so, when I get the other quote, I'll put it together.
You're on the agenda.
Oh, I am? Okay, sorry, no.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Now, we are at the consent agenda, minutes of the town council, 24 April. I found two mistakes in the minutes, and they're in my book at home. I can contact the town manager and communicate those. And if the council's amenable to me doing that.
And Bob Giles does have a comment that he sent me over a correction
Okay, maybe it might be the same comment that I made.
about growing up here.
Yes,
Yes, he made that correction.
okay, that was one of the corrections. I'll forget what the other is.
Okay. And you've got two of the minutes, April 9th and April 24th. The May,
First.
the May 2nd
Second.
meeting, she has not completed yet.
Okay,
So you will have that for the next meeting. Do you want to borrow that public book since nobody's here?
pardon me,
Do you want to borrow that public book?
public book. Yes.
You just can't take this one. I'm going to use this.
I'm sorry. Are we ready to enter into a motion to adopt the minutes as amended?
Make a motion to adopt the minutes as amended.
Thank you. Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Thank you. And for the record, these are the minutes of Town Council meeting 24 April 2026 and special meeting 02 May 2026.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, April 9th, not
I'm
02,
sorry.
May 9.
09.
Yeah, it's on the first page of the agenda.
We're still waiting on the May 2.
Right.
Okay, I got you. Therefore, we have a motion, we have a second for the motion from Monica Chanel. Discussion, hearing none. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chanel?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes, motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Financial report. We're at the financials. And I tried to talk to Jackie and found that she is absent. She's not there Mondays and Tuesdays.
Well, I'm sorry, she had an operation, so she's been out for almost a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
so,
did not know that. But anyway, I could not speak with her. But I did speak with the auditor in Maryland. And the auditor in Maryland thought she could help with our balance sheet and cleaning up some issues.
Are there any abnormalities that anyone noticed?
It's just the usual ARPA money that was spent but reported, and same thing with CARES Act money that was spent and reported. Sits on the balance sheet, even though those funds were expended. And let me see, there was something that was a negative $1,200 and couldn't quite figure out. Here it is, corporate other. I didn't understand other. It's kind of like some miscellaneous.
Right here, corporate other.
Yeah. On the balance sheet,
See
it's
it.
negative 1259.20.
No description. And these are items that you plan to discuss with Jackie?
so I've asked it before, if I know this ahead of time, I can ask those questions and I have them for you. But yeah, I can't even, I can't explain that right now.
Just as a point out, when we're meeting, you did say that you wanted the Pirate Festival funds separated out from the community engagement funds lines. So should new lines be added for those two items?
When needed, I would hope so. And it's not necessarily what Alex wants, but it's.
But I mean, during our group
Right.
discussion on the 2nd, we said that we would be doing that and that funds would be put on both lines.
Yes.
And mine is active now. I mean, the expenses are already coming in.
Wow. So we need to track that and maybe buy a ledger book for the Pirate Festival to lock things in.
You tell me what you want me to do.
Tim said he had already set up a spreadsheet.
Okay.
I think it's fine as long as we separate them out and do one for me and one for them,
Oh, yeah.
for community. And I want to continue doing this at our meetings, just because I'm not going to have we can't have all three of us, and Nate wanted to be involved unless we do it at a public meeting or work sessions. And I'm happy to do with you all the same way, if you want to have a meeting.
Well, obviously, when monies, cash flows enter into the picture, that will have to be logged into the financial.
Well, I plan on, if we approve it, I plan on releasing the vendor applications immediately, and people will be wanting to pay immediately because spots are not secured until they pay. They will also be wanting to pay by credit card. And that's why I said this is very important that these things be ready to go Monday.
Well, not this Monday, but,
Well, Tuesday.
Well, the credit card's always going to be an issue because we don't deal credit cards, period, here.
Well, we can set up an account. I had Square and I had PayPal when I was doing it. Square charges a 3%. There's a new company called Gem that only charges 1.9%.
a couple observations quickly. The cost is very important, but more important than anything else is security and knowing that you're dealing with a reputable vendor.
I prefer PayPal because they're very good personally. I've had both. And PayPal will refund our money much easier when we have documentation.
Okay.
I've never had an issue with them the whole time that I've been doing this. So I did this for 6 years. Never had an issue with PayPal taking our credit card payments.
Okay, then would you like to come over, make an appointment with the town manager and help the town manager, and the town manager can, if he has time, can help you set up the PayPal account?
It's very simple. It's just whatever email we want to use and whichever bank account or line you choose to use. I would choose the one that is less at risk. And then that's it. That's all it takes, 10 minutes.
Okay, to accomplish that then, maybe does the town need to set up another bank account?
That's what we had done before. I had my own line. So, I mean, it can go to Tim, sure, but it was called Port Royal Festival and Events. And it was set up at Union.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I turned in all the checks, the credit card, the debit card, everything was turned in.
Okay, what we need to do then is, maybe probably the simplest thing to do is perhaps to write out a short bullet list, such as PayPal, get bank account, and that way we segregate that out from our accounts and keep those safe.
And do you want to do the same thing for them? I mean, you probably wouldn't need the money coming in, or you could get donations where money was coming in.
For the community, I don't think we need that.
Okay.
The Pirate Festival is of such a scope and nature that,
I'm sorry, that's mine. Only I have text message.
okay. Then on our bullet list, we have set up another bank account. We'll call it Port Royal Staff Festivals. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll need a tax ID and all that, which it will be the town of Port Royal, correct?
It always was, unless we're doing
Okay.
something different.
Okay.
If we're setting it as a standalone, I think that'd take more time to create an LLC.
Now then, Mr. Smith needs to do that. You can go with Mr. Smith, but he is the only one at this table that has the authority to, yes, you do. You're the only one here who has the authority to do that. And so we need you to set up the bank account on the PayPal. First, the bank account has to be set up, and then you link the PayPal account to the
To that
bank.
account. Mhm.
Okay. So if Mr. Smith could sometime next week set up the Port Royal Festival account at Union Bank, and then number two, PayPal, Monica, could you do that?
Yeah, as soon as I have the account number.
Very good. So we simplified then. Mr. Smith will set up the bank account. Chanel will do the PayPal. So we have that in line. And Mr. Smith works, the town manager works with Accounts Inc., our bookkeeper, and can talk to her about and explain that we need line items for cash inflows and cash outflows.
Correct.
Okay, very simple. Anything else?
Not regarding
Okay.
yes, I'm sorry. It's appropriate to mention it right now because of the cigarette tax that comes in. I'm not sure if our town manager is aware that the proprietor at the cigarette shop, Tobacco Land, was recently arrested for selling marijuana vapes. Do it. I didn't know it was called Tobacco Land.
Oh, you mean the place over here?
Mm-hmm.
Is he doing that in town?
Mm-hmm.
At the shop?
Mm-hmm.
But there's two different names because I don't believe that's the owner.
Well, that's the proprietor, so I don't know if it's the owner or what.
Well, it's the person he had working there.
Well, actually, they more than work there, they live there.
Yeah,
They live there?
yeah,
Yeah.
yep, which is
I
not.
drive by
Is it?
that often.
But that's been going on for how long?
Right. That's one of the reasons we're having a mixed-use district over there, because it's a live-work environment, but
We have the same.
selling drugs is not a good thing, and we don't want that.
Yeah, so Caroline County Sheriff's Department made a public release 2 days ago that 3 vape shops in Caroline County were undercover officers went in and bought vape pens, and then they tested what was in them, and 3 of them were charged and arrested.
Okay. Okay, we're still, believe it or not, in financials.
That was important.
Yes, it was, thank you. And are there any other comments, questions about the financials?
I'll find out about the 1,200.
Okay.
Okay, the other comment can wait until tomorrow's discussion.
Ms. Golden, do you have any comments? Okay. Is there a motion to accept the financial statement?
Make a motion to accept the financial statement?
Thank you. Is there a second?
I second it.
Thank you. Ms. Golden made a motion to accept the financials for the month of April 2026. Ms. Chenault seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Is there any discussion? Hearing none. How do you vote, Ms. Golden?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes. The motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay, we are at the town manager report.
Yeah, well, probably the biggest news is the borehole. It was up on, 2 days and down the third day.
What?
We're done.
Oh, the way you said it, it sounded like there was a problem.
Oh, no. They set up, did it, and took it away, seeded the place.
It's on the pilot.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just saw it.
And actually, we're going to use it.
Okay.
So we're prepared for that. So that was probably the big news. I did make a note in my report that the renewal is due to DEQ 270 days prior to January 31st, 2029. So that means 2028. And this is going to require outside assistance to prepare the permit. And additional funds may be needed to be considered in the 2028 budget. I have been talking with William Stanley over at Department of Public Utilities. And he said that if we're going to need their assistance, then we need to request that from the county administrator as soon as possible, because he said it's not just a, let me pull this together tonight and be done. It's a process.
And indeed, when we apply for a permit, actually, and that's, we're looking at next year for that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, we're going to go plow through here on the subject of water, but the mayor, the town manager, and if one council member wants to go and the planning commissioner wants to go, we need to have a meeting with DEQ about the town and whether we can get a permit to double our water intake.
Would you like me to call DEQ and have somebody come here?
It
Meet
could,
here?
well, actually, I've been on a conference call with, and not just one person, but 3 or 4 people from DEQ, because there are different groups that come into play when you're working with permits, from, especially for groundwater draw in a regulated groundwater area. But we can get that on the agenda next month or the month after that. Have a meeting with DEQ. I think actually, I don't like to drive much, but I think going down to Richmond and actually sitting down with them, let them know how serious we view this, and it is serious. If you don't have water, you don't have town. Okay.
All right. I did send you a notice through email that the fishing day now has 38 or 39 participants registered. And so they are just now putting everybody on a waiting list. And so this is like 3 weeks out. So I think the change in day or time has helped immensely.
We had 40 registered last time. They didn't show up, but we had them registered.
Yeah. So
The other thing is, they took us completely off of the sponsorship, which I don't appreciate.
What do you mean?
The town of Port Royal is not on here at all. We're not providing any food, we're on any of the correspondence. That we're not volunteering, we're not participating, we're not supplying the food.
Well, we have to buy the food anyway and show up. So.
No, it's the point that when I made the flyers
Right.
previous years, they all said sponsored by Rappahannock Refuge and the town of Port Royal.
Right.
Whoever's doing it now combined Port Royal and Warsaw together on the same flyer and did not.
Okay.
Recognize us at all.
I will.
It's too late now, but
No, it's not. I'll talk to Steve Calangio. Yeah, I'll talk to Steve and get Port Royal on the flyer.
and I don't know about if Warsaw's doing the same thing. I don't know.
Okay. And also, I want to talk to him anyway, see if we can get somebody out there in the river. The grass, the hydrilla is starting to come back.
Mm-hmm.
all that dryness, the lack of water.
Well, yeah, whatever, but you can see clumps of green hydrilla on the dock now where people are taking it off their fish hooks. Okay.
And then a lot of the time has been spent working with the budget and on the fee schedules. I did follow up as requested with the sheriff's office. And I'm just giving you the line that I was given, which is they do not give out a lot of information. One thing I can tell you is that the suspect is perhaps up in Canada. So they're working with other agencies.
How in the world they get from Port Royal to Canada?
It must be more than one person, because somebody had to physically go and pull your check.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where, and I was to say, I wonder about the post office in Richmond as the starting point, and then making its way up. So you don't know if there's a trail of folks that,
Okay,
I'm just saying, he can't give out any more.
understood.
There was also an article yesterday about check washing, and the new thing now on top of that is they get an original check and then they recreate the whole check and make a whole checkbook and send them out, and are draining the entire bank accounts in seconds. So that, I meant to send that to you. I'll try to find it and send it to you again. But they say that fraud is also going on. They did say in the article that most banks are returning the full amounts, which I thought was funny considering what Union told you.
So,
And they said use electronic whenever possible.
Okay,
let's see. Yes, I also drafted the advertisements, which I'll hand out when we get to the budget part for the ads for the budget and for the water rates. I mean, for the proposed fees, which would be water and business license.
And what is the timeline?
We're running, I said, it'd be nice to have the budget done by April so we can advertise in May. And now we can advertise next Thursday, the following Thursday. I've suggested we have a meeting on May 12th, which is a Friday night.
You mean June 12th?
I'm sorry, June 12th, yes. Which is a Friday night, and then 2 weeks later, vote on it.
And it's got a July 1 effective date, right? July 1 effective date?
so you say a meeting, so this is a meeting for a public
For a
hearing.
public hearing. And it would be on the budget, the business license fees, and the water rate, the water fees, water-related fees, which is deposits and the connection fee.
Okay,
Also, last thing I would highlight would be the Board of Zoning Appeals. It's all taken care of. We now have members for that, and we did a quick orientation, and I gave out a packet of information, and then we'll hold a meeting sometime in June just to kind of go over all that information.
very good. While we're still thinking about it, is there a motion that the town council, the town of Fort Royal, will have a special meeting for a purpose, specifically a public hearing?
That is further down. That is further down in the action items.
For advertisements. Okay, well, okay, but we need to set June 12 as our meeting date.
Yeah. Your discussion item, but yes. It will be.
Okay, why don't we do that now?
Okay.
Is there a motion that the town council will have a public hearing specifically for hearing comments as to the budget proposed, the changes in water fees and water deposit, connection costs? Is there anything else?
The business license fee.
And business license fees. Someone like to make that motion?
I make a motion.
I'll second it.
Thank you. License fees. Again, the motion was made by Ms. Golden, seconded by Ms. Chenault, that this council will have a public hearing here at Town Hall June 12. That's Friday, June 12 at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. to hear all public comment for the advertisement that was in the paper for 2 consecutive weeks regarding the budget, order fees and deposit and connection costs, and I can't read my own writing. The other issue was
Business license.
business, thank you, business license fee.
Anything we've got? Ken?
Nope.
Okay, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Rather, Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Let's see.
Everybody is available June 12th.
I don't think we have much.
Well, the others, I hope they can, but we need to set that now for your advertisement, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think we need to have a motion to authorize you to advertise. We've already stated that we're going to be here June 12 for that specific purpose. Do you want a motion? Okay. Therefore, town manager will move forward. You need to get
Somebody.
You need to get your don't trust the paper. You need to get your advertisement in as soon as you can. Previous town manager missed it a number of times because she thought it was in the paper, but it was not.
Yeah, so, we're in this new world. It goes through column, it goes to another company, it doesn't even go to the newspaper.
Yeah.
We submit the information and they send the stuff back. So I do check the paper after.
Okay. But, if you could, as soon as you can.
And we also need the additional notices for Facebook and board and the post office
Oh,
as soon as possible too. Do them all, just.
yep. All right, the last thing is the calendar for June. It's pretty much what I've been doing, so. And again, I'll just state that these are the hours that I typically have for public to come, but I'm usually here by 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Does that conclude your report?
It does.
Thank you. The Planning Commission did not have a meeting in May. However, the chairman and the vice chairman of the Planning Commission did work on several of the chapters, cleaned up the language, and have the basis to move forward on some other chapters. That concludes that. Discussion items, budget schedule and advertisement, we've done that. Fiscal 27 budget update. I looked at the budget and it seemed to reflect what the council had spoken to and had agreed to. Do you have any comments on that? Ms. Golden, do you have any questions?
No.
Ms. Chenault?
No.
The mayor has none. Fee schedule update.
The only thing I have for that, let me do that. The only question I really had, we talked about the food trucks. And I noticed in your proposal that it was like 90.
It would be either 85 or 90, I can't remember right now.
I mean, You can either go, here's the solid price, or like I said before, I think we could get away with a special event is this rate and any other, not that there would be any other time that food trucks would come, but I'm open for that if we want to change that number. I had 75
Excuse me, this is per day, correct?
per day.
So it includes their business license for the day and their meals tax for the day.
That's what the 75 includes.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an all-in-one because when these people just come one day, then they leave and then we never hear from them again. So I'd like to collect it up front.
Right. Good idea.
So do we want to raise it to 90 or whatever?
To be consistent, whatever we've
Consistent.
approved tonight, I think should be in both places.
Okay,
I agree.
all right. Are you good with that?
Roland, you agree?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I will change my number here to reflect the special event.
Okay. Geophysical borehole.
We already talked about.
I did go over there and had a great time. The gentleman from DEQ participated in the documentation of the impact crater on the Chesapeake Bay where the asteroid hit about 37 million years ago. And people thought that the mayor was nuts in putting something like that in the first page of the environmental section of our comp plan. But that has a big impact today on our water system and everything else because the geology was screwed up. And that crater impact is all through one of the documents that she gave us to. Anyway, it was very interesting. I took some pictures, and you'll see one of those photos tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Website design developer update.
All right, so I know, and I probably disobeyed what I was told, but it didn't seem logical for the whole council to be on trying to fix things when we need to get it up ourselves. So I limited that number to Ms. Chanel, you, Mayor Long, myself, and Celine.
That's good.
So I've sent y'all the information. There's a meeting on Thursday, if you can make it, and there's another one the following Thursday.
I have jury duty, so I if I can, I'll be there. If I can't, then
Okay.
weird day to have it.
Also, the mayor sent, did you get the photos that I sent?
I probably did. I've been focusing on,
Okay.
but I will.
If you could look for those, and there are a couple ground shots, if you will, and then the aerial photos. And I took all those pictures, I took myself, so there's no copyright issue.
Okay.
Town procurement policy. I don't have that with me. Well, I had one comment on that, and that was, I guess Mark Flynn did that.
No, I did.
You did? Okay. Where do I find the procurement policy in this thing?
It should be right in order. After the town manager's report.
Okay.
I got a yellow paper here. No, one more.
No, it's
The other way.
the other way.
Now the next yellow paper. There you go.
Okay. Let me see, where was it? By the way, what I do is I go online to Legislative Information Services and I start with that code section 2.2 4300 and copy it and then go to the next section, and the next section, and the next section. And if it has a reference to some other thing, I go to that too. And I think I wound up with like 30 pages.
Remember, our goal is to steal from others.
Yeah.
Without,
Let me see. On page 2 of that, my comment is that other cooperative procurement contracts may be entered into or used when it is determined by the town manager, comma, and approved by town council. If we could strike where it says it is determined by town manager. The way I read that, town manager almost has a veto over what the council approves. In other words, it needs, the way I read it was that it needs to be determined by the town manager.
I think the goal was, if I found something on a cooperative agreement, I would bring it to y'all.
Yeah, you can do that any best way, but if we just strike that language there, it is determined by the town manager, strike that, and then it's good. And after that, there was, you kind of left out further down in the Code of Virginia, it says, however, it's encouraged to pursue other bidders, what have you. But other than that, that's okay. We're not going to vote on that tonight.
Yeah, and just make sure anything at that, well, any purchases that we make, but anything above the 5,000, make sure that we document where we went and who we considered. I know when I was with the state, we did 3. We did 3 requests to make sure we got the 2 back. We had to keep them on file. So I just wanted to remind you of that. That written notes, documenting verbal quotes.
Yeah, I think this is where this kind of pays off a little bit. Helps out, but it takes the process a lot less time.
Well, we're such a small town that if we spend over $500, I think it's a good idea to bring it to the table. See, 24 draft audit. Do you need a motion on that?
I think the way we did it last time was the wording was something about accepting it, not or.
Accepting, do we have to execute any documented receipt of the audit or acknowledge receipt of the audit? Okay, would someone like to make a motion that the town manager is hereby authorized to receive the fiscal year 2024 audit from, what's the name of her company?
Davis and Associates.
From thank you, from Davis and Associates, period. And if necessary, to execute whatever documents to make such acceptance official.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Ms. Goldman made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Nolte made the second, and I will reiterate one more time for Scribe that the town manager, this town council hereby authorizes and directs the town manager to accept the fiscal year 2024 audit from Davis and Associates, and if necessary, to execute whatever documents necessary to make such acceptance of the audit official. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Schnall?
Yes.
Mayor votes yes. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Planning Commission report, you've had that. Discussion of annexation Port Royal secondary growth area. Show down. Okay. This is, the purpose of this is to bring forward some issues, not asking for a vote, actually not even asking for a discussion tonight, but rather you have a copy of this. Think about it, ask some questions about it, and then we'll bring it up at our June meeting, not to discuss at length, but how do I get it?
We should have comments.
Thank you. It's really, what we do now is to really lay the foundation for the future. What we do or do not do now being not necessarily at this moment, but in the near term, can impact whether we're going to grow or decline, thrive or languish. Water is elemental. If we don't have water, if we don't have growth. Actually, it's not just growth, but it's water to sustain the number of lots we already have in this town. It is necessary to have water for the structures that are vacant. And the structures that are vacant now, it's water is a limited resource, and there is competition for the water. Basically, if the town snooze, it's going to lose. That didn't come through. There should be a graphic of the Haymont. Yes, it's in your report, but it's a graphic from, I believe, from DEQ, Virginia Department of Environmental Quality, where the Haymont proposed development is. And by the way, that's only about 4 or 5 miles upriver from here. And what they're proposing is over 4,000 units, 4,000 dwelling units on 1,682 acres.
And build the elementary school.
Pardon me?
The elementary school.
And they have to build
Up 17 towards Fredericksburg.
for some reason, I had another graphic there. As of this date, the owner of the Haymont had put in for rezoning to Caroline County. That's before the county right now. And what they're trying to do is redo the properties. If it succeeds, Haymont is going to, they have a discharge now for 960,000 gallons of wastewater. And it's logical that if you're going to pump 960,000 gallons per day of wastewater, you're going to probably need to pump at least that much fresh water. And you either get that water from a surface withdrawal, such as what Caroline County has been working on for the last 15 years, or you go with a well, and from one of the documents I saw, it would be a series of wells. They would be pulling from the same aquifer that we pull from. And again, water is valuable, water is scarce, and there's competition for it. My clicker is not working. Wow, my pictures didn't come through, but the pictures are there.
In our packets, yes.
I drove into Fredericksburg just to get this clicker. There's a great picture there of the what they call the tailings, and you'll see that the first 3 foot or so is loamy soil, and after that it's sand and ground, and then after that you get into Nanjali, marl, clay, and then the various layers of strata, the strata. And it's amazing how that water can get down. And the fact is that the water that we're pulling out of the Potomac Aquifer is literally thousands of years old. That's one of the reasons it's kind of scarce, because it does not replenish necessarily gallon for gallon. And that's the reason it's regulated in eastern groundwater. Therefore, if we go for a larger permit for water, we can't just go to DEQ and say, hey, give us 150,000 gallons a day or 200,000 gallons a day. You have to show that there's a legitimate, real need for that water. Therefore, we need to decide whether or not the town wants to annex what's called the secondary growth area and plan for that.
And what exactly is the secondary growth area?
Oh, I have. Wow. Unfortunately, that's just kind of sad.
It says on here, picture can't be displayed.
Okay. It's in the handout. It's in the handout. But this is the town of Fort Roll here. Go to the next page, Angela. Okay. This is the town. This pink area is the secondary growth area. And then there's a little red area that is the two areas of annexation. One would be the secondary growth area. The other is a area of 83 acres where you have Townfield subdivision and Townfield landing. Yeah. And one of these, let's see what we have here. Yes, the total land area would be about 1,399 acres. We'll call it 1,400 acres. What's amazing is that in the secondary growth area, from memory, you have about, are you ready for this? 16 people. That's all. And in that large area,
Of the pink, right? The
yes,
pink.
yeah.
Mhm. 16 people.
16 people. And that's true. That's true. You have Rob and Jane Robinson who live over there, 2 or 3 other houses, and that's it. Over in Townfield subdivision, we pick up, let's see, Townfield subdivision. We pick up 181 people. Anyway, by annexing all this, we wind up with a total of, what is that?
Over here, 372.
Yeah, 372 people. The town of Bowling Green, in contrast, the town of Bowling Green is, what, about 1,200 people?
About 11, 12.
Yeah.
There's it.
Thank you. So, in here is Townfield subdivision, Townfield landing. Pick up about 83 people. I'm sorry, 180.
Yeah, 180.
181 people in here, and it's on about 83 acres. This whole area here, by the way, we want to take the Olin Pond, because maybe that could be a water source in some way.
Let me go to zoom in. Let me go to zoom in.
Oh, you're good, you're good. The other idea is that we need to talk to the owners of the property up here on Goldman Hill. But either put the well at the base of the hill and pump the water up to the top of the hill, or maybe just put the well over in here near the top of the hill. And the storage tanks up here, the elevation up here is 150 feet. So if we just drop it down, say a ledge at the 125-foot elevation, you hide it so it's not visible from these houses here at the top of the hill. And it's not visible from the road, but it's like having a water tank 125 feet up in the air. And the great thing about it, it's gravity that does the work. Right now, if the electric goes out and if the generator does not kick in, we're out of water. But when the electric goes out and you have storage tanks up here, you still have water. And that's a blessing all unto itself. So the idea is that the secondary road area, this is Mr. Giles' property. The town of Port Royal comes in through here, and we take this area through here. The Holloway family wants to see this develop. Jane and Rob Robinson own this, and they, I think that they do not want to see any development. They also own this property here. But their children might want to realize the money because it's worth one set of values as agricultural, an entirely different set of values as developed land. And we could make a very strong case with Caroline County. And that's why that we will be good stewards and actually create more revenue for Caroline County. And if the council would agree that any rezoning would have to have proffers for school and safety, that monies that would be paid to Caroline County. Why? That's fair. That's reasonable. And but we need to continue with good governance and good stewardship. And I think we can make a good case for that annexation. Otherwise, if we don't go in, the town does not go in and make the case that we're going to develop this out. And by the way, if I develop it, there's a planner by the name of Randall Arndt, who has written a number of books, Village by Design, and dealing with changing the Connecticut River Valley is another great one. But it's low-rise village development. And it's like trying to replicate Fort Worth again. And that, I believe, is what the citizens around here want. And we can sell to Caroline County and have a good development. This area over in here could be perhaps more residential and maybe some light industrial. I don't see data centers there, although there is a substation here. I don't see data centers. We put in the comp plan that no drilling for oil, things like that. But the other thing is if the town has a part in the development of that area, then you kind of set your own future. And if we don't do it and take the initiative, somebody else will. And also, again, we have 185 people in this town. And when we do it on a per capita basis, our administrative cost is a little bit high. We need more people. We really do. So that's it in a nutshell. That's for y'all to consider. And, I apologize for my buttering not cooking the way it should. questions?
I'd like to go all the way to Portabago Bay and up to Rappahannock Academy.
That was an idea, but, yeah, here it is. And I used the program I used to create that, is a Esri Business Analyst. That's the same one that large developers use to make, multi-billion, billion-dollar decisions. It's, even the American Communities report, 5-year reports from Census Bureau, none of this is exactly on point, but it's a pretty good guess, and it's better than nothing. But that's it in a nutshell. It's interesting that net worth is we're a little bit higher than the other little areas there. Also, I did check, and we are not in an opportunity zone. That's too bad. So that's it in a nutshell. Thank you.
When they changed that? 'Cause I just got notice that they said Caroline County was included.
Parts of Caroline County, but not us.
Because the map that they showed had all of Caroline.
No. It's census blocks, census groups. I think it might be census block. I don't know if they get down that low to the block level. Or anyway, we're not included anymore.
Yeah, I think the one that they used to show did show the whole county.
Yeah, it was just the other day. I think it was one of the governor's
You
things
look at
that she sent out, because I'm on her mailing list.
Farming?
Department of Community and Housing and Community Development,
Yeah.
when they showed the opportunity zone, it did. I do recall that too. It did show the whole, but I did talk to economic development. He said,
Yeah. I researched it once, twice, thrice, 3 times I looked at it and researched it. Okay. That does that. Approval for advertising, we did that. Christmas tree, Christmas time. What you got, Miss Golden?
Well, Tim and I met with Red Door Lighting on Tuesday.
With
Came
what?
out. Red Door Lighting, they do lighting. They do big houses and some things around the area, Fredericksburg, Stafford, Spotsylvania, and he came out and took a look at the tree, and he proposed an estimate. We're waiting for, I forgot the name of the other company. They were supposed to give us a quote by yesterday, but they didn't. I sort of put up a proposal together, but I'm waiting for the other company to respond. He did say, though, that people start having their lighting put up now. They just don't light it. So, yeah, they're that booked. So he would come and light the tree. We just wouldn't turn on the lights until the Christmas tree. So we've been doing some pricing, and as soon as I get that other quote, I'll email everybody what everything is so we can talk about it during the next meeting. I kind of wanted to lock down a date because Dave Jenkins let Tim know that they're doing hot dogs for the kids for Christmas. So we need to get in our date. And
Excuse me, is this going to be the fire department and the town competing for?
no, I would like them to join us, but it seems like, how can I put this and be diplomatic? They want to be minimal, whereas we want to.
Understood. But we kind of need the firehouse
To have our.
as a venue.
yes, we need to.
There's no reason we couldn't have, because there's this lunch with Santa.
Yeah,
Well, I thought that's what it was going to be.
but he made it sound like that's all it was going to be. So,
Excuse me, who are you talking to at the fire department?
well, no.
It was a conversation, and I don't even know, I didn't even bring it up. I was hit with that in a conversation with David. and David Jenkins.
Yeah.
And we were driving up to King George to our program grant.
Mm-hmm.
He just mentioned that, and it's like, oh, wow. You know, told Miss Golden that, you know, we need to get him on our side.
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
They could be two different events because
Right.
theirs is focused on the little kids and hot dogs. And ours is a community, a full community.
Mhm.
It's two totally different things. And there's room to do both.
Okay.
That's my,
We can talk to him, because it would be nice if we could all do it together.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I'll go out and talk to him. No, it's not talk, it's listen. A conversation, that's even better.
right. And when I was drafting notes to Tim the other day, I thought about it, you know, we have to have the fire department here for 4th of July officially. And we have to have them here for,
Fishing day?
not fishing day, well,
You're talking about nights out.
not national, no, I'm talking about, they need to they have to be present in case there are any emergencies for these festivals.
Okay.
And so both festivals, and that's why I said, you know, I always give them a space. You know, the police come, they brought the car one year, they bought the, you know, other stuff. They always come, but the fire department never wants to set up. I mean, they could put a bucket up, they could put the boots up, do donations, they could do all this stuff, and they don't want to do it because they don't have the people. But that was before Caroline County took it over. I mean, it's Port Royal voluntary, but it is officially Caroline County station of Port Royal. So I don't know if we need to go through the higher ups,
Have a good thing.
but we definitely need official conversations with them about the upcoming festivals. And then we can talk about our vision for the Christmas tree. If we have to do something like cookies and hot chocolate and no dinner or whatever to make them happy, I think we could come up with something else. But that's up to the committee. Because they don't want to
Maybe
step in on their toes.
we can set up a meeting with them to talk about our vision and maybe to see how they can be included.
Yep.
Maybe.
And how we can partner and do both.
Also, I have a question about the funding for the lights and the ornaments. If we do it now, can we take it out of this year's budget if we have money, or do you want it?
I would always recommend that because we're doing well. And so it'd be better to take it out now and get it over with.
Is that the same for the Power Festival then?
Well, again, you have until June 30th with the current plans. But that's a decision you all have to make.
Yeah, we don't have everyone here tonight, but I'm amenable to the concept personally.
Is that something you want to put on the agenda for the 12th? Because the next meeting after that is the 20.
Running out of time. Yes. Is there a motion to amend the June 12 special meeting agenda to include budgetary and appropriations for the remaining fiscal year?
Yes, I make that motion.
Thank you. Ms. Golden made a motion that the agenda for the special June 12 meeting is to be amended to include budget and appropriations for the remaining existing fiscal year. And is there a second?
I'll second it.
Ms. Chenault seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
The mayor votes yes. The motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Okay, that does that. Is there anything else?
Yes. authorization for me to sign,
I look for the Versa,
I didn't include it in your packet.
what is the Versa?
That's our insurance policy.
Okay,
Same as last year's.
I didn't read that one either.
Mr. Ansvino, no, actually, I think I did sign one. He did it. He reviewed
Okay,
it.
well, let's just cut the point. Have you gone over it? Do you think it's correct?
I'm comfortable with it.
Okay. Is there a motion to authorize and direct the town manager to execute the insurance agreement between the town and Versa?
I make that motion.
Ms. Golden made the motion that the town manager is hereby authorized and directed by this town council to execute the insurance contract signed between the town of Port Royal and Versa. Ms. Chenault, you seconded it?
I second it.
You seconded it. Discussion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
The mayor votes yes. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. I was handed this from the town manager. It's a note, it's written by Elizabeth Heimbach. Dear Alex and members of the Port Royal Town Council, that's you and town manager. Jim and I are very grateful for the proclamation and the reception last night. You know that we love living in Port Royal and really appreciate all the work that the mayor, the town council, and the town manager that wrote that down are always, town manager are always getting done. Sincerely, Jim and Elizabeth. You want to put that in the records, please? That should go.
Why are y'all acting like we're done?
Hmm?
We got two more things.
Oh, that's right. I apologize.
Fighting words.
Oh, yeah. I told Monica Chenault that she is back at herself. Vim and vigor. Okay. Pirate Festival, next on the agenda.
All right, I sent the letters out as draft. I wanted you guys' feedback. What changes need to be made?
Thank you.
And are they good to go so that we can move forward with this?
My comment real quick was that your skull and crossbones looks a little squished.
Yeah, that's fine. They're just samples for you guys to see them. I was just cut and paste to put it on there so you can see the posters that I've drafted already.
Okay, that's not the final.
No. And I was like, should we include one of them? Which one would you want to include? That's why I wanted to know, did you really want this one or this one included with this is the VIP letter that he's on. And I wanted to send this to both Caroline County Board of Supervisors, I guess the Bowling Green Mayor, King George County Supervisors, all of our elected officials, which would include Vindman, Warner, and Kane, and the Lieutenant Governor and the Governor, just, I'm not like they're going to come, but you want to send it to them. And also our three representatives with Stewart and the lady from King George, I can never remember her, Mary Pugh, is that her name? Yeah. And of course, Whitman, he has come every single year, even though we don't technically are in his district anymore, our neighbors are. So I would love to invite Rob Whitman. So my question is this good? Which poster do you want? Do you want to change the draft letter the cover letter that went with this? And is it okay for Alex to sign for the whole town council, or do you want to sign your name directly? Because this is going to all of those officials. No, we're not individually, just let Alex
Oh, I
sign.
thought it would be good if he just signed it. It doesn't matter to me, but he can just sign it. I'm fine with that.
Okay. So Alex, do
I'm the
it.
mayor, but I'm not responsible for anything.
Yeah, so then I had this one little thing about Pullman, our pirate. I wanted to know which word you thought was better.
Remembered.
Memorialized or is it remembered or memorialized? Because he was a pirate.
His name is forever memorialized.
Where's the creek at?
Right behind us, yeah.
I think probably remembered. I don't memorialized.
That's what I thought after I did that.
Insinuates that there's soft spot.
Okay, so I'll make that change. Any other changes in the VIP letter?
I think Ms. Golden had something to say.
Oh, no, I didn't. I was just trying to figure out where the creek was.
The creek.
The creek.
Yeah.
It is just downriver before you get to, you know where Camden is, that big place?
Yeah.
Before you get to Camden and went through Pullman was at, when you're coming downriver and you look and you think it's the river going that way. Instead, the river goes, as you go further that way. And you go up to Sooner Creek a little ways and it's shallow water. You guys both stuck. And the colonists got him and hanged him.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm, that's why
I have a question. I'm sorry. Was there water behind our properties? I noticed when I walk on the street between my property and your property, if you go back, it's a little dip at the end of the property and there's some rocks down there. It looks like there might have been some water.
Oh, no, that is, I built that. That was, it was a drainage area. It's like your dry well. That's what that is.
Alex, do you have a signature graphic to put into this? Okay, so do you want me to just make your signature with script?
Or I can sign something, then you can, or
Paste it in?
or call me and I'll walk over to your house and sign.
Yeah, because I need this for all of them and I don't want to, because this is actually an email. The only attachment would be one of the flyers.
Okay.
I think, I don't know if it's Adobe or one of them, but I made a signature. I'm transparent.
Well, let me look at it, make sure it's something that kind of looks like I would sign it.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my question. Any other change? So we'll change it to remembered. Anything else need to be changed? And which flyer do you want to attach?
Instead of Port Roll apostrophe S, won't you put 7th Annual Port Roll Festival? You get rid of the apostrophe S. 7th Annual Port Roll Pirate Festival. I think that would be better.
Okay, I'll change that. So which one do you want to send to our VIPs? This one or the guy with the red?
Like this one.
I was thinking the same thing for the VIPs.
So, okay.
Okay, so this is the one we will include to the VIPs.
Yeah.
Any issues with the list that I proposed?
No.
All right, moving on. I think that the sponsorship agreement, I didn't have to change much except for our email. I put in there what you asked Tim, Town of Port Royal, with in the memo line sponsor. So I think this all looks good. This is the new one, so see how it's not distorted. And that it's the same one. And I will change the, oh, that says Port Royal 7th Annual. But the way you, oh no, you wanted it done the other way.
That's just an idea, you know.
Well, I don't want to change this because I think these are ready to go. But for the ones that we actually make the big ones, I'll change it for that.
Okay.
So I think these are ready to go. So Angie,
Yes.
I asked Tim if these are approved, that he could give you and Nate 20 of these each.
Okay.
I have my spreadsheet for all the business. I hit every single business in town.
Okay.
And then you can go out to King George and Fredericksburg and wherever else, but we need to hit all of our town ones. And one asked them if they're interested in this, leave them one and then give them a flyer to post, like at the gas station and the restaurants. They all will put up, Sheets will put them up, Food Line has a bulletin board, all those places have bulletin boards, you want to put them up.
Okay.
I'll handle getting the yard signs and the new banners. Need to check in the back room to see if our stakes for our banners are still in there, and just go through an inventory of what's left over. I know we had the stakes, the markers for all the spaces. We're missing some, so we need to fix that. I think we have 100 stakes to mark off for the vendors. There are going to be some issues with the shed and the gazebo taking up space. So I'm not sure how we're going to fit everything on there. We just have to be more creative with laying everything out. We do have 4 pirate groups that are coming. The average cost is going to be $450 to $500. I did inquire about a mermaid, and I got a quote back of $3,850.
Nope.
Yeah. I did get another mermaid who dresses as Ariel to do meet and greet, and hers was $825. I still think that's too high.
And I'll be dusting off my little mermaid costume.
Yep. Speaking of that, that is on my agenda. All right, the vendor application, the only thing I wanted to check are Kim, did you write them down? You said you went on the web and wrote down the Bowling Green Festival amounts. Did you write them down?
No, I sent you the whole, it was included in the email. Page 4, it has all the prices that they charge.
Okay, because it looked like everything that came back was what I had sent. It looked like my stuff was attached to your email. All right, I'll compare that. But what I have here is $45 for a 10 by 10, $65 for a 10 by 20. Oh yeah, I did change it to 90. All inclusive up to 30-foot truck. I thought if they have a 40-foot truck, they probably should pay 100. You know, if they're getting to a food truck. Nonprofit information, only $25. Farmers market, food or produce, single day, $40. Applications must be received by September 20th to ensure consideration. And that's for getting them in the program, really. Because, you know, and I'll be doing the program. However, we'll have to print the programs. So the question, do we want to print them here and understand, you know, the little bit firmer paper and what the cost would, or do we want to go to an outside printer? I just need for planning.
Are the programs going to be given to everyone who comes here?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to break our copy machine to one at the house.
Okay. So we'll go to an outside company. I paid, when Blue Bar Bakery did it, I think I paid $275 or $1,000.
Talk to the town manager.
Okay. All right. Any questions about the vendor application? Last page is all legalese. I think we covered everything on here. Tim did include in there that he spoke with VML about coverage. I know that you had said you wanted it in writing for the Pirate Festival. The only thing,
She did put it in writing.
okay,
Good.
all right.
It said something about vendors that don't have insurance, they may want to consider it.
I think it was the performers. And food. It said performers and food vendors. I think.
Well, yeah, excuse me, what were you didn't finish your statement.
Well, they off not VML. Versa offers it's called a TULIP program. It's a single day type of insurance they can get through them.
Okay.
Just put it out there and.
So our question is, do we want to require that the Pirates have it?
Yes. Yes.
So I'll need the TULIP application information to send.
Yeah, I did ask her to send that to me and see that as of today.
Okay. And it said food vendors too. I think food vendors for their Virginia Department of Health have to have their own insurance. I think that's a requirement, but we can double check with that.
All right.
Now, does that include the farmers market food people, like the lady who always makes the banana pudding and stuff every year and jams and jellies? Because they're basically protected.
I have no idea. I would suggest that you contact the Virginia Department.
Okay, I'll call them. All right, that was it. I had a couple of notes I just want to go over. Oh, a couple things. Tim, did you find out about the billboard?
No.
Okay. Because I would really like to use them for the Pirate Festival to cover their negative balance to us.
I mean, they're non-conforming use that should not be
Yeah.
encouraged to be.
And the cell tower, how did that fall into our licensing things? Where is that spelled out? It just kind of popped in my head when they showed that picture up there.
Back to the fee schedule?
Yeah.
Oh, that's under zoning. That's still being worked on.
Okay. All right. Tree trimming. We talked about that.
So it's done
It has been done so people can walk freely under the trees.
under the perimeter trees?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. The land leveling from the ruts from the big trucks. Just smoothing the leveling,
The big trucks.
the ruts that are all through the field.
You mean from the borehole?
Well, from borehole and others that are,
Oh, they took care of their business. The other,
okay. I just know the last time I was working in the field, it was like from big trucks, ruts. Okay. One last thing, and I'll just go through this real quick. Alex, do you want to be the official photographer?
No.
That was quick. All right. Okay, here's my list.
I might walk around and take a few pictures.
All right, so here are my ideas. This is a long list. Think about it. Next time we meet, we can do more. Just like to start out with the pirate prayer, story of Pim and the pirate.
By the way, excuse me, Mike Newman has quite a bit of information.
Yeah, he won't do it now, but
Okay,
I mean, if he would, do you talk to him?
been a long time.
Okay, I was like, if he wants to share his little piece of paper, because he's never given it to me.
Okay, you talk to him about it.
I have been there when he's told the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Yep. Town council name tags. Do we want to just do paper ones, or do we want to make official ones for other events that we wear? We did the official invitations. Microphone, the stage. Should we look at the gazebo? Because the stage that I had has fallen apart because, you know, it was all particle board. It's
Can
gone.
you use the gazebo?
I'm wondering that. I think it might be big enough. So, any thoughts? Do you think the gazebo would work?
That's what it's there for, to be used, so.
Okay. Costume contest, always did that, had a cash prize, and then I did the medals like you do with the Olympics that go over their neck for the adult costume contest and the kids. And then we did a small, usually donated by one of the businesses here, a prize for second place. 50-50 raffle. Then I said the photographer. I have done that before where I gave them lunch and $50 to be our official thing. But that's the way it is for every volunteer, is I have to give them money for their time and gas and a lunch certificate. Is that the way we want to still do this?
How many volunteers are you gonna have?
We need about 10,
So it's 10 lunches, 10, now
$50.
you're 5.
Yep.
Maybe you need to cut back on one of your pirate routes. That would get your
Volunteers.
volunteer group compensated.
I thought volunteers were volunteers. Like,
Nobody volunteers. Nobody. I mean, if you want to try to wrestle them up, I have tried and tried and tried.
yeah, this is in October. That's right, it's in October.
Mhm.
Is there a Boy Scout group? Or, well, I don't know what your volunteer are gonna do, so.
No, we did have the ROTC group came one year, but they really didn't do anything. They were the worst. I got pictures of them though. But yeah, because they were supposed to help with parking and trash.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
I'll volunteer. Yeah, but you don't
Okay,
have to pay me. I'll just.
yeah. Do we want to have a band? We have two options for a band. Awkward Moment, who was going to come last time. So they've been still waiting. They only charge $200. And then the Fredericksburg Christian School, which, you know, we use several times. Do we want them to come? I mean, there are two options. Port Royal Fire Department, do we want to invite them to pull out the truck and do a touch a truck? Maybe when we sit down with them, do they want to talk about that for that and National Night Out?
Okay.
Dominion sometimes brings their boom truck. AP Hill, do you think they'll bring the tank?
I don't know if they have a tank.
They have that one like Hummer type vehicle that they park in the entrance
They've
sometimes.
got some.
It's like a ghost town up there.
Okay. All right. The pirate Horns has offered a pirates dinner the night before. They're gonna take up. All the pirates can go up there and eat for free. Look through the shed to take inventory and under the doctor's office. So I put my tables and chairs in their stash that was under the doctor's office. I don't know if they're still there or not.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know even, I know I've been back in that room, but I can't tell you what's Pirate Festival and junk.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be something I would think.
So I mentioned to Tim about the hiring of the off-duty officers, security event, flashing sign, VDOT official notice, fire department, sheriff. Check in with Kathy Beard on the $200 grant that we were supposed to get. Talk to Mr. Giles or others about overflow parking on their land. I know we talked about, I think you had said something about your spot or the one that's over here. To make sure that, you know, we can park there, but again, that's very weather dependent because I think last time we were going to do it, it rained and it was too muddy to park anything there. So that's where we need a lot of volunteers to go park here, depending on what we're going to do. Letters to the neighbors about the street closure, because that's coming up really soon with the 4th of July. Should we get t-shirts? I found an ad for 100 for $395.
I think you're spending too much money.
T-shirts. Are we still on the Fire Festival?
Mhm.
You lost me because I heard 4th of July, so I'm confused.
I said it will affect 4th of July as well.
Oh,
So that's, I mean, we need to be in area because all these streets are going to be closed down. There's going to be I guess a cop car, catty corner at each intersection
and what are the T-shirts for?
to sell.
To sell.
But you don't sell them, you bought.
Yep. But this is the best price I've ever seen, $395 for 100.
Oh,
$395 printed?
no, that's not iffy.
Oh.
If people will buy them.
Oh, yeah. And then it said about PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Gem. Rain hurricane date. Because if we're under a national emergency, this event is rain or shine, but if we're under a national emergency for a hurricane, what date do we want as our backup date?
No backup date. It just, we go, come next year. Thank you very much.
Okay. How many flagpoles do we have? And we had pirate flags put up once before. I don't know if they're still here. If they're stuck somewhere. But how many flagpoles do we have in the town? And do we want to put up pirate flags?
You should have, I think there are 26 flagpoles. Because that's how many I got to put up the Christmas flags. So there are 26.
All right, that is all that I had.
Well, that's fine, but
Is there anything that anybody has questions about? Is it okay to make the changes and do the release? Get these out?
Just let me know when I can pick them up or somebody's gonna give them to me so I can get started. Okay.
Okay to make them here? 20 for Angie, 24 Nate. I'll print my own.
You don't need to.
Or you can print me 22 as well. And I do have the list out there with you guys on who I hit last year and how much they gave, just for reference.
okay, thank you very much, Ms. Chenault, for all your good work, your diligent pursuit of this. Did we have a motion to authorize Hugh to engage Davis and Associates? Would someone like to make a motion to authorize and direct the town manager to execute an agreement with Davis and Associates for the 2025 audit of the town?
I'm making a motion.
Ms. Golden made the motion to direct and have the town manager execute an agreement on behalf of the town to have Davis and Associates do the 2025 audit.
I'll make that motion.
Well, the motion's been made by Ms. Golden.
Oh, I'll second it then.
Thank you, Ms. Chenault, seconded the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
The mayor votes yes. Again, it's a motion that has been passed unanimously and adopted. Thank you, Mr. Town Manager. If you can get that out at your earliest convenience.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
And that will wrap up our, I'm sure we'll have somebody in Richmond happy that our little town is in compliance.
Quick question. Tim, when you get a chance, can you get in touch with Dave Jenkins or whatever, and see when we can have a meeting to see, I'm usually available, see if when Monica's available or when they're available, so we can come together. So we'll know what we're doing here, because I'd really like to get started on working on. I don't want to wait till the last minute,
Yep.
and we need to pick a date.
Yep.
The date for the tree lighting.
Yes.
Yeah, and we really got other events, 4th of July, National Night Out, Pirate Festival. We can just kind of throw them all together.
Yeah, I kind of want to feel them out to see.
Very good. Is there any other business to come before this town council? Is there any other business to come before this town council? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'm gonna make that motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Ms. Golden to adjourn. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Ms. Chenault seconded the motion. The motion to adjourn requires no discussion. Ms. Golden, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Chenault?
Yes.
The mayor votes yes. Again, motion is carried unanimously. Thank you. We are adjourned at 8:21.
Everybody have a good weekend. I'm going to bed.